Ready to get started? If folks could get into their seats, please. Thank you. In just a moment, we'll be getting going.
Center for the Performing Arts at Queen's University. We gather for this performance on traditional Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee territory. We are grateful to be able to live, learn, and play on these lands. Please take a moment to identify the emergency exit nearest to you. Consider that the closest emergency exit may not necessarily be the way that you entered the performance hall. At the orchestra level, there are additional exits on the sides of the hall. At the balcony level, there are additional exits at the rear of the hall, near the choir loft. The use of any photography or recording devices is strictly prohibited, out of respect for the performers. Thank you and enjoy the performance.
I can't match a little kid running up and playing the piano, but I'll do my best tonight. I'm going to, at the risk of breaking a rule, I'm going to override the announcer's request that people not do photography. If you have a loved one up here on stage at any time tonight, you are welcome to take a quick shot of them. We would hate for you to miss out on the opportunity. My name's Susan Bellier, and I'm the director of the Righ Center. Welcome to this year's Inspiring Women Celebration. That's lovely. I'm excited about our program for tonight as we combine our two major annual events, Inspiring Women and the Spring Awards Celebration. We have some wonderful performers tonight, and we are absolutely delighted to be honoring our many award recipients. I think you're going to enjoy this. I hope you all had a chance when you were in the atrium to enjoy the amazing music by Jan LeClaire and Mara Shaw. Mara is a previous Inspiring Women Award recipient, and she's the director of the National Farmers Union and plays music whenever she can. And Jan performs in and around Kingston. She collaborates with in the ball folk duo Chante La Pomme and in Raspberry Jan and the Home Baked Goods. They'll be playing again during intermission, and it's a lot of fun. I encourage you to pay attention. It is great to be back in person again after 2 years of virtual events. Can I get a round of applause for that? Yeah. But in all honesty, I am really proud of what we were able to pull off in virtual celebrations, thanks to some really talented producer and designers who made it all happen for us during the pandemic. But there's nothing that compares to this. So thank you all for coming, and to those of you joining by live stream, thanks for tuning in. We're being live streamed tonight, for those who didn't know that. I know we have some past Inspiring Women Award winners here tonight, and it's wonderful to have you here. I didn't have a chance to touch base with people much in the atrium before you came in, but I know that Alejandra Zamora Flores, who was a winner last year, is in the house. So Alejandra, if you want to put up your hand. And I think Burshu Baba is here as well. So, hooray. So at least 2 of our virtual award winners got some in-person applause. So that's something. I will say that the Banry Center feels more precious to me than ever now that we're back in the house. The students have returned in droves, and the feelings of warmth and camaraderie are palpable. We're seeing many new faces, which is so exciting, and familiar ones too. Soup's on and the love is flowing. I have the best job at Queen's University. Yeah, I do. I believe that places like the Banry Center are more important than ever. Times are hard for many students, and I think that no one has really fully recovered from the disruption that the pandemic caused. It continues to have impacts on academic progress and on mental and physical health. But we are reminded daily at the Banry of the importance of community, of hope and joy in facing whatever struggles life brings. These things sustain us as we work from our tiny corners of the universe for our own successes and for the better world that we know is possible. Every student's story is unique and every victory well-deserved, and that's worth celebrating. With celebration and gratitude in mind, I want to recognize the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe and other Indigenous people who have inhabited this land and whose stewardship through countless generations allows us the privilege today of enjoying all the land has to offer. Let us tonight be mindful and gracious, curious and respectful when we consider our own histories in relation to others who have come before us and as we make plans for our futures. And as we gather tonight, particularly to celebrate inspiring women, we especially remember the ongoing work of seeking justice for the thousands of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls across the country. If you want to know more about what we do at the Banry Center, you can find me at the intermission or after the show, or at 32 Bader Lane through the week. In fact, you can call anybody during intermission who's wearing one of these orange badges. We are the staff and board members of the Banry, and we are shameless braggarts when it comes to talking about the work that we do. I know we have some of our donors are in the audience tonight, and that's wonderful. I thank you all very much. I want to note that this evening is made possible thanks to the renewal of a gift from an anonymous donor and by a grant from the Inclusive Community Fund from the Office of the Provost and Vice Principal Academic. I'll also sneak in a thank you to the amazing Banry staff team and the members of the Banry Foundation Board of Directors. So thank you to everybody. Tonight, we celebrate the accomplishments of some truly inspiring women, including the mature women students who find a home away from home at the Banry Center. Women like our MC tonight, Banry Center alumna Dinah Jansen. As a student, Dinah was a keen participant at the Banry Center. She's now the executive director at CFRC Radio and a great friend and supporter to the Banry Center. We are so pleased that she agreed to be this year's MC. So please join me in welcoming Dinah Jansen to the stage. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Adjust the mic. Welcome to the 2023 Banry Foundation's Inspiring Women Awards Gala. Again, my name is Dinah Jansen. I am the Executive Director of CFRC 101.9 FM Radio, Queen's University, and alumna of Queen's University, where I finished both my undergraduate and doctoral degrees, and I'm also an alumna and a longtime friend of Banry. When I returned to my own studies as a mature student and a single mother of 2 preteen kids in the mid-2000s, I found an incredibly warm, welcoming home on campus at Banry, where I met many lifelong friends. I found support and guidance from peers as well as Banry staff through my studies, and even got my early start on my own career path when a few Banry alumni and I started a program on CFRC called Women's Word, which ran for over a decade. I have so many fond memories of the many nooks and crannies at Banry, its wonderful people, its enriching programming, and of course the ever tasty daily soups. And while I'm no longer a student at Queen's University, I'm so very lucky that I get to collaborate with the wonderful staff at Righ and in order to support its initiatives on CFRC's airwaves. And tonight it is both my honor and my privilege to be here to MC this event and celebrate the remarkable achievements of so many extraordinary women this evening. Indeed, celebrating inspiring women is what Righ is all about. The act of seeing and acknowledging the many contributions of women in our community and at our university is at the core of the center's ethos and what brings us all here together tonight in celebration. And with that, tonight, we're pleased to present Righ's Inspiring Women Leadership and Mentorship Awards alongside the annual Student Spring Awards. And of course, we've already enjoyed some wonderful, wonderful music already in the lobby by Mara Shaw and Jeanne Leclerc. Let's give another hand of applause for them. Absolutely, and we'll still have an opportunity to enjoy more of their lovely music at intermission. And we're so pleased to present you with even more uplifting and inspiring creative entertainment this evening as we welcome other local artists to the stage tonight. So I'm just going to map out the evening for you. We'll begin with a poetry reading by Julianne Ocott-Bitek, followed by a presentation of the Mentorship and Leadership Awards, and another short presentation and video before intermission at approximately 7:40. We'll reconvene in here at 8 o'clock and present each of the student awards and enjoy a poetry reading from Ashley Elizabeth Best, as well as a musical performance from Danielle Hope Edwards before wrapping up around 9. Now that our housekeeping is aside, let's get the celebration started now with a short reading by award-winning poet Julianne Ocott-Bitek, who is an assistant professor in English and Black Studies here at Queen's University. She is well known for her poetic works, including notable pieces, Migration Salt Stories and Gauntlet, and her book, 100 Days, a poetic response to the 20th anniversary of the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. Her most recent book was launched this year. A is for Acholi. Please give a warm welcome to Julianne Ocott-Bitek.
Hi, everyone. What an honor it is to be here, and thank you so much for coming. My name is Otonia Julianne Ocott-Bitek, and I am a poet. It almost sounds like I'm trying to confess to something, but it's okay. I'm a poet. I need to be able to say that so I can be confident of what I do. I want to say how privileged I am to be here, but also how humbling it is to be celebrating the work of inspiring women, because I've had to rely on so many people to get to where I am. And I started university in 1990, and I didn't finish until 2020, which means it took me three decades to go to school. And it was tough going. It was tough. And so before I read my poems, I'd really like to ask everyone in this room to invite everyone who's ever held their hand and cannot be here, every single person. And I want you to invite them, dead or alive, far away, close by, busy, whatever, to come into the room with you and to celebrate these people, because none of us can be here without somebody holding our hands. These days, like loose threads, like untied laces, like frayed edges, like tenuous connections. Days like remembrances, days like bits we can only access if we're to survive. Days that are untenable, palpable, days pulsating through that prominent vein on your temple, days like memories you can't hold on to, like last Tuesday, which means nothing at all, except that there was a last Tuesday last week. I'm going to read one more poem, and this is Jacob's Breath. I chose to read Jacob's Breath because it comes from a story that is probably familiar to people from the Jewish, Muslim, and Christian traditions, the story about Jacob who fought an angel and insisted that the angel give him his name. I think it was Israel by morning. They fought all night for this name. And the poem is called Jacob's Breath because it is the breath that we need, like Nobesi Philip tells us, in order to make a sound. You cannot make a sound without a breath. And so I want to think about that breath that allows us to make the sound from our voice, which then can be a song. At night, the floor rises to wrestle us. We fight like Jacob, his demon, his angel, his God. We awake newly named and limp towards morning. Night falls again. Everywhere, rising from shadows to dials to faces and chokes about our necks, and we can't breathe for all this light. Marking time, marking place, marking dates and space and how we feel weight at this time. Write it down, they say, write it all down. Write what you can, mark the day, note the time, and it's already night. These days will take score, give us reason to remember or forget the excoriation, the disbelief, the gravity, the headlines, the clock, the floor, the door. The floor rises again to wrestle us, and we fight like Jacob, his demon, his angel, his God. We write as markers, as those who decide when we awake or when we remain asleep. We write as gods, naming, recognizing, hailing the newly named, raising, misremembering. We write as scribes with faith and fate and fervor and limp across with pen as crutch, as marker. We write towards morning, having wrestled all night like Jacob, his demon, his angel, God. We write and night falls and day rises and night falls again. Diurnal, nocturnal, dead and alive, both dead as alive, switched on, turned off, rested, exhausted, doors, lock, words, dock, clock everywhere until we understand that these days, these nights don't end. We do. What is ours but our own breath? Given, taken, given, taken. What is ours but our own breath, foggy and rising? What is ours but our own breath, soft or harsh, silent, but for the whoosh that comes from inside ourselves, and then release, and then permeation, and then life, like days and nights, like silhouettes, like shadows, like translucent shimmers, tricks of life, like dials, like time, like friendship, like all markers we've adopted into being. Here's to faces, to graces, to places we've been, spaces we've marked with our own breath. Here's to the choke, the gasp, the pen falling away. How do we mark these times, these days, this moment? How do we go about our lives, given the temerity, the audacity, the anti-gravity of mediocrity, the demands for our necks on the line in the way of the course as others fail up and others kneel, and we're the ones again marking, marching, marking, marching, mark, mark, mark. We can't. We're already marking our present in the future. Breathe life, mark life. And when we can't breathe, and when we can't live, we mark. We march, we march, we march, we mark, we mark, we mark onto the single page, writing ourselves into being breath for those who can't yet breathe, and for those who won't, and for those who say, let's take it anyway because it's ours. And laughter and groans is how we understand this place, this not, this case, this our one. And we are already our own God self, not waiting for light or time, not wrestling, not arguing, not demanding. We are already Jacob, already song, already named, already our own future self. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you so much, Julianne, for that wonderful reading. And now it's time to present the Inspiring Women Awards. The Inspiring Women Awards only began in 2016, but have really become a keenly anticipated part of the Righ Foundation year. The awards were established to honor some of the inspiring women in our lives. Each year, the foundation circulates a call for nominations, and the response is always incredibly enthusiastic. Clearly, there's a huge desire to celebrate women as mentors and as leaders. This event serves to showcase the stories and experiences of accomplished women through the sharing of their talents, their insights, and their experiences. And it brings campus and community members together to inspire the pursuit of academic and other dreams, make new connections, and foster both respect and inclusivity. It's now time to present our first award of the evening, the Righ Foundation Mentorship Award, which recognizes a retired or current Queen's University faculty member who identifies as a woman and who has supported other women in achieving their goals, has inspired students, and has demonstrated mentorship and knowledge sharing. Let's welcome Susan back to the stage, and who will be joined by members of the Righ Foundation Board of Directors to present the awards. Susan.
Thank you, Dinah. We're going to be playing Move the Mic all night, I can tell. This year's Mentorship Award is presented to Dr. Sarah Nabil, Assistant Professor in Computing and Head of the HCI Design Studio at Queen's. Dr. Nabil is out of the country today and unable to be here. Her daughter, Jana Sultan, is here, however, and she will accept the award on her behalf. Jana, do you want to come up? Follows today.
Hi. It is with great pride that I accept this award on behalf of my mother, Dr. Sarah Nabil, who unfortunately cannot be here today. My mom is an incredible woman who has made such a significant impact on countless people around her. Growing up, my mom has always taught me to be resilient no matter what, and always showed tireless dedication to her family and unwavering commitment to her career. She is an amazing advocate for diversity, inclusion, and equality, and was always a constant source of inspiration for me. Through her work, she has inspired many women and girls to pursue their passion. For those who don't know, my mom's research integrates interior design, fashion, and product design with technology. She uses smart materials that are malleable, shape-changing, and color-changing, as well as everyday objects to create new, interactive prototypes to help solve a number of different real-life problems. This is what she has to say. I'm deeply grateful for this recognition and thankful for all my graduate and undergraduate mentees who nominated me for this award. This is only possible because of them. For me, my success and theirs are two sides of the same coin. Touching moments like these make our effort feel worthwhile and motivate us to continue to spare no efforts in empowering others. Thank you.
Okay, and now it's time to present the Righ Foundation Leadership Award, which recognizes an individual who self-identifies as a woman, we are playing the game of, yeah, sorry. Who self-identifies as a woman and who has built capacity and fostered opportunities for others, has made positive impacts in the broader Kingston community, and who has been inspirational to so many. Over to you, Susan.
Thank you. Wow, I'm not that sure. Come on. Yeah. This year's Leadership Award goes to Yasmin Gerbil. Yasmin's nomination letters highlight the broad and deep impacts she has made in many grassroots community initiatives in Kingston, including Roots and Wings, Mutual Aid Gardens, Solidarity Kingston, and many others. In addition to her community work, Gerbil is celebrated for her continuing work over many years to help make Queen's University a safer and more inclusive place for all. I welcome to the stage Yasmin Gerbil.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for this award. It's too bad that I can't see you, but there are so many wonderful women here in the audience that I have learned so much from. And so to me, this award honors you too. And I'm actually looking at you, Seda, Aicha, Burju, Taylor, Cameron, and so many others. I wanted to say a very special thank you to Catherine McKittrick, Margaret Little, and Seda again for the beautiful, beautiful letters that you've written, as well as the folks at Roots and Wings. And I'm truly humbled. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to be here, and this couldn't be possible without my family who's visiting from Algeria, who are here today, my mom and dad, as well as my brother, my sister-in-law, and two of the greatest nephews ever created, Malik and Rafi. Thank you so much for being here. And Julianne, thank you also for your beautiful poetry. You inspire me every day. Thank you.
Well, how wonderful. It's such a huge and hearty and heartfelt congratulations to both Sarah and Yasmin, and thank you both for the many contributions each of you have made at Queen's and in the Kingston communities. We'll be breaking shortly, folks, for intermission, but we'll have a few short presentations. First, by graduating student Renata Quattro, followed by a brief video, which is a teaser for next year's 50th anniversary of the Righ Foundation. And after that, we'll break for intermission. But coming up next, we have Renata Quattro, a student who is completing her master's degree at the Faculty of Education, and she's going to tell you a little bit now about her journey that brought her to Queen's University and to the Righ Center. Let's give a warm welcome to Renata. Pardon? Can you put the flowers on? Oh, sure.
My lovely and talented assistant. Does anybody recognize this? So I'm going to go off script for just a second. I want to address all the little girls. All the little girls in the room. Every single one of you. You are the future of Righ. Wow. Okay, there's more of you than I thought. Okay, so Before we get started, I want you to reach out and, if you're comfortable, hold their hand, touch people on either side of you. I want you to make a connection. This only works if you make a physical connection with the people around you, near you. Okay? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? It's tiny electrical threads that are floating all around. Do you feel it around the room? Do you see it in your mind? All these filaments just floating around. I'm sure science has a very fancy name for it, but I'm going to call it synchronistic connection. Thank you, my sister who gave me that. You can let go now. Every thread is a fragile filament, easily broken, but when it's woven together, it becomes a strong and beautiful fabric. And that's Righ. So I want you to hold on to that vision in your mind as I ask you the following questions. And hopefully we don't get too sad. Ask yourself this: am I worthy? Why do I give so much of myself, yet struggle to recognize my own worth? And why, when I look into another woman's eyes, I instantly recognize her story? So what's my story? I'm the daughter of immigrants. I am a wife of 25 years. I'm a mother of 3 daughters. Unfortunately, sadly, it took me a long time to recognize, but as you'll see as I speak, that I am so much more than that. It has taken me 30 years to fulfill a promise to a younger self. And why did it take so long? It's a good question. Because, like you, stuff got in the way. I was 1993 when I did my undergraduate. 2023, I'm 54 years old, doing my master's. It took me 30 years to get here. I questioned my worthiness. Because of my poor grades, I was constantly told that I just needed to try harder. Back in those days, learners like me were largely unrecognized. At 12, I was molested by a family member and told by the very people meant to protect me to never speak of it again in order to protect his reputation. As a result, I was diagnosed with unresolved trauma, anxiety, and depression at 20, which is also an equally well-guarded family secret, as mental health is also a cultural taboo. My guidance counselor, Mrs. Gabrielli, never forget that woman, told me that university was not for me. Angry, I set out to prove her wrong. I didn't feel at the time that she might be right. And although I did graduate with a general arts degree, it took me a little longer than most people. I didn't go to my convocation because I didn't think I deserved to. But C's and D's get degrees, right? What C's and D's don't get you is accepted into a master's program. I applied, but I was politely declined. An abusive relationship later, I was finally defeated. I was done. So I went to work in the family business where no application or interview was necessary. Feeling grossly inadequate for a job I did not earn or qualify for, I decided to take some business courses at night. By the time I got married, another wonderful cultural expectation, I had completed my business diploma. I didn't go to that convocation either. Still wanting more, and with much better grades this time, I wanted to pursue a Master's of Business at Queen's. But my husband decided that my biological clock was ticking, and we bought a minivan instead. I was 29. I cried when I signed those papers. Didn't want to drive a minivan. The next 25 years can be summed up in exactly one word: exhaustion. And I'm pretty sure that I identified as a houseplant. All jokes aside, I'm not here to speak about these things so that you can feel sorry for me. Rather, what I want you to know about me, and with all honesty, is that I have no regrets, not a single one. Because these things that happened do not define me, and these things that happened brought me to you. I am, in fact, not a houseplant. So let me tell you how I define myself. I'm an awesome mom. I have 3 successful adult daughters And my daughters have been freed of any cultural expectations put on them. They can be and do whatever they want, just like every little girl in this room tonight. I am the co-owner of that company that I believed I was inadequate for. I'm an accomplished wildlife photographer, and I published a book. It's listed on Amazon. And I am a part-time teacher. Lots have happened in those 25 years. No wonder I'm exhausted. So one day, the vice principal of my school slipped me a small little piece of paper with the words, Queen's University, Masters of Education written on it, and he whispered, do it. Who? Me? Me. 54 years old, 30 years later, it's my turn. And this time, I will go to convocation, and every single one of you in this room is invited. Is it straight? Is it straight? Okay. Did you know that the word Righ means queen in Gaelic? How fitting. Because when we adjust each other's crowns, we are paying it forward to the next beautiful woman that walks in that door. And yes, you are all beautiful, inside and out. But how do we do it? How does Righ do it? With soup. And this pot is the actual pot from Righ Center, and it has seen a lot of mileage. It has seen a lot of faces go through. This pot is a powerful symbol. It's about community, and it's about solidarity, and it's about hope. And more importantly, it's a reminder that we are never truly alone. This is the problem being a redhead. I blush really badly. Because this is where we reset our determination, our courage, and our endurance. And this is where we overcome all those challenges, all that stuff that prevents us from being all that we can be. But here we are. In 2024, the Righ Foundation will celebrate 50 years. Ladies, that's a lot of soup. So I ask you now to kindly direct your attention to the screen as we present the following video. Thank you.
right, check. All right, everyone, it is now time for intermission. Please head out into the lobby, enjoy some lovely drinks and some more wonderful music from Mara and John. And we'll reconvene back in here in 20 minutes. Have some fun. All right, everyone, welcome back. Come on in. The water's warm, yes, indeed. I haven't gone swimming yet. Has anybody? I'm not there yet, not there yet. All right, everyone, welcome back. We've had a really lovely evening so far celebrating inspiring women, and we are so excited to really build on this momentum as we move into celebrating women students at Queen's through the presentation of the Banry Foundation Student Spring Awards to 13 outstanding women tonight. Woo! So these awards are given to celebrate the determination and successes of mature women students at Queen's and have been established by supporters whose generous gifts allow the Banry Foundation to continue this tradition of supporting students year over year. The Spring Awards aim is to raise awareness and understanding of and respect for this population of students who are studying in various disciplines and who have come to Queen's from across Canada and from around the world. Many are mothers, many complete their degrees while juggling so many multiple responsibilities, but all benefit from their connections they will make and have made at Banry. During this portion of the evening, we'll be presenting 7 of the awards. Then we will welcome Ashley Elizabeth Best to the stage to present us with a poetry reading, and then present 6 more awards before Danielle Hope Edwards takes the stage to play some quite absolutely gorgeous music for us before we wrap up the evening. Banry staff and board members will be presenting the awards throughout the rest of our evening too. And now, without further ado, the first Student Spring Award we will present this evening is the Elizabeth Wallace Bursary, which was established by the Queen's Women's Association, founded 1939 as the Faculty Women's Club. And it was established in honor of Elizabeth Wallace, wife of the Queen's University principal R.C. Wallace. It honors a student embarking on her academic journey, and this year's Elizabeth Wallace Bursary is awarded to Deborah Ijebumoye.
Okay, thank you. As you've heard, I'm Deborah Ijabumoye. So I want to say thank you to Banry donors and stars. They've been wonderful. I moved from Manitoba to Kingston, like in less than 2 weeks, to fall. Like I was like, am I gonna stay? But they supported me, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for helping me to achieve my goal and promoting the health and well-being of patients. Thank you so much for contributing to my career. I want to say thank you. So thank you. And I want to say, lastly, thank you to my husband. He's sitting there. He's so supportive. Thank you. And to my wonderful children, 5-year-old and 3-year-old, you know. Yeah, I want to say thank you for their support.
Not my first time. Congratulations, Deborah. And now, the next award is the Marion Catherine Webb Award, which acknowledges the challenges associated with transitioning to a new environment and being away from all that is familiar. The award is intended for a student who is a newcomer to Canada or the daughter of a newcomer. This year's Marion Webb Award goes to Adaku Ichendu. Congratulations.
everyone. Thank you for being here to celebrate us today. Wow, so it feels good firsthand knowing how it feels to like being celebrated. So thank you, and my utmost thanks goes to the Righ Center. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for making this possible. And for me personally, it feels super special to be receiving this in front of my children. So I hope you are inspired. So I'm almost. I'm almost at the finish line, so I feel like this support, this award has given me that push I need to cross the finish line. So my husband couldn't be here today, but I'm thanking him for everything, his help, everything, and my kids, I'm thanking you again, even though I've thanked you already. And then I can't forget to mention my supervisor, Dr. Alison Gobel. She's the best. Like I tell myself, I hit the jackpots, with her. So I thank everyone for bringing out their time to celebrate us this evening. Thank you.
We are now pleased to present the Dorothy Matheson Parnell Bursary, which was established by Dorothy Parnell, who graduated from Queen's with a BA back in 1940. 2 awards are presented in acknowledgement of the challenges associated with working toward a degree while also single-handedly parenting children. This year, the Dorothy Matheson Parnell Bursary is awarded first to Catherine Weiser.
I am honored to be one of the 2 recipients of the Dorothy Parnell Bursary. When I received word I had won this award, I couldn't help but smile, because if you look at my bio in the brochure, the picture was taken in Dorothy's room, one of my favorite study rooms at the Righ Center. My application was also written in that room, and I've spent many, many, many hours in that room studying. Perhaps Dorothy saw all my hard work and put in a good word for me. I am sure everyone knows how expensive rent, food, and other basic costs of living are. This award will make a big difference for me and my 2 children, who are both here with me this evening in the front row. I am very thankful to Dorothy and her family for this award, not only for myself, but for my fellow recipient and future recipients. It is a very kind and generous thing to do, helping students as they strive to further their education and enter the working world. I appreciate Dorothy for helping me accomplish my educational goals. Thank you.
Congratulations, Catherine. And the second recipient of this year's Dorothy Matheson Parnell Bursary is Marcy Costello. Marcy is unable to join us tonight, but she has sent us a video which we'll watch just now.
Hi there, my name is Marcy Costello and I'm this year's recipient of the Dorothy Matheson Parnell Bursary. I apologize for not being able to be there in person. I'm several hours away from Kingston. I wanted to thank Queen's University for making this happen through the Righ Center. I couldn't do this without your support, and in particular the family of the Dorothy Matheson Parnell bursary. I understand you are a long line of Queen's University graduates, and I am honored to be selected for this role. When I was in post-secondary in the late 90s, it was college, university was not an option, and since COVID and shifts and changes in career, I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to handle university with kids and expenses, being in the middle of the GTA and hefty rent costs. And you are a blessing that I will never ever forget. Your bursary will help me to put food on the table and money aside for rent and a backpack on my daughter's back. Thank you for everything. It is the difference between worrying and breathing. I am a survivor of domestic abuse and addiction from my daughter's father, and shifting and pivoting in life and personal growth is sometimes a necessity. And this, although a bit of a daunting journey for me, is one that I have embodied with passion and determination. And I'm grateful forever for this, and I hope one day to give back. So thank you to Queens and to the family of the Dorothy Matheson Parnell Bursary Award. Thank you. Take care.
And now it's time to present the Barbara Paul Memorial Prize that was established in memory of Effie Barbara Paul by her son, Queen's alumnus Paul Potowski. It is awarded to a student 25 years age or older and is intended for a graduating student who combines academia and family or work responsibilities in finishing her degree. This year's Barbara Paul Memorial Award is presented to Eve Righ.
Hi. I would like to start by extending my gratitude towards the family of Barbara Paul for supporting my career. Then, there are no words to express my gratefulness towards the Bannery Center for this award and for everything else. The Bannery Center is so much more than just a house. It is a family of warm-hearted people that are working hard to make you feel at home when nothing around you makes sense, when you are submerged by deadlines and finals in a crushing feeling of self-doubt. Lisa, Susan, Elham, Taylor, and everybody else, from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. Your soups filled more than my stomach. They filled my heart with hope and then feeling that for once, someone else was taking care of me. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my family, which you can hear right now, and my friends who supported me in this journey. First, my husband, Eric, my partner in crime, who followed me in my crazy dreams through this breathless adventure. His support and encouraging words, also his questionable sense of humor, are what kept me going. I want to thank my children, Annabelle and Lorelai, which you can hear, the lights of my life, for going along with it. They have faced their own challenges when moving here, and I will always be grateful for that. A heartfelt thanks to my father, André, who always pushed me to fulfill my dreams, and to my mother, Isabel, for telling me to always try, no matter how hard or impossible it might seem. This achievement would also have been impossible without the financial support of my grandparents, Monique and Denis, as well as René and Francine. Okay, that's the last bit. Finally, I am grateful to my teachers, Patricia Smithin, Rosaline Hill, and Alison Murray, who did the impossible to get me back to Queens and finally graduate from this incredible and fascinating program of art conservation. Yeah! I had one line. My family and I can't wait for our next adventure together. Thank you so much.
And now we turn to the Barbara Paul Prize, which was also established in memory of Effie Barbara Paul by her son. The prize is a beautiful medallion handcrafted by local goldsmith Kim Snyder and cast in sterling silver and 18-karat gold. It acknowledges and celebrates a graduating student who combines academics with family responsibilities and who has faced and overcome significant barriers. This year's Barbara Paul Prize is awarded to Zara Majed.
I can't see anyone. It's so weird. Yeah. We all face hardships, one way or another. And when life hits you hard, sometimes all you can do is survive. You say, Alhamdulillah, or thank you, God, and then you hit back, harder. It's much easier to face these hardships when you have a village supporting you. The same village that can be counted on one hand in tough situations like life losses, raising a child, and being a foreigner in a new country. As a mature graduate student, a mother, and an immigrant, my village is small, and I'm grateful to every one of them. I'm grateful for the Ben Righ Center for their support and for this award that can make us feel acknowledged and appreciated for all the hard work we have put. For my village, first and foremost, my husband and best friend, and my daughter Naya, you're my inspiration to keep going. For my parents in Lebanon, I would not be here if it weren't for all you do. And to my close friends and sisters, thank you for always being by my side. And finally, and most importantly, Alhamdulillah ala kulli ni'amah. Thank you all.
Our next award, before we take a pause, is the Barbara Schlafer Book Prize, established by Friends of the Ben Righ Center, co-workers at Queen's University, and by Barb's family and friends to honor the work Barb did over the course of nearly 30 years at the Ben Righ Center. This gift certificate to a local bookstore is awarded to a mature female student who would benefit from an opportunity to extend her learning through reading. And this year's Barbara Schlafer Book Prize winner is Shannon Smedella, and she joins us now by video to accept. Congratulations, Shannon.
Good evening, esteemed guests and fellow award winners. I am truly honored and grateful to receive the prestigious Barbara Schlafer Book Prize. As an avid reader and lifelong learner, this award not only extends my educational resources, but also strengthens my resolve to excel in my studies at Queen's. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Ben Righ Center for their unwavering support towards women and returning students. As a female student, single parent, and someone overcoming illness, the center's support has been invaluable in helping me navigate these challenges. The dedication of the Ben Righ Center in advocating for students like myself is truly immeasurable. I'm inspired by their efforts and hope to one day give back to the center as a way of honoring their significant impact on my life. Thank you once again for this incredible recognition. Unfortunately, due to illness, I am unable to join you, but please accept my sincerest apologies and deepest gratitude for this remarkable honor. Thank you.
Congratulations to each of our student award winners so far, and we have more awards to present shortly. But first, it brings me a great pleasure to introduce Ashley Elizabeth Best, a disabled poet and essayist from Kingston with several extraordinary publications, notably her debut collection of poetry entitled Slow States of Collapse, and other works including Now You Have Many Legs to Stand On and Alignment. Ashley Elizabeth is interested in poetry that captures the myriad of friendships and love that sustain us alongside poems about medicalized and disabled bodies, poems that help us to rise up and resist what is sought to oppress us, poems that provide space for the stories of those violently omitted, and poems that become instruments of change. Please welcome Ashley Elizabeth Best.
Oh, I'm very short. Hi, everyone. That was a beautiful introduction. Thank you. Just wanted to say I'm absolutely honored to be here tonight and to witness you all being rewarded for your accomplishments. As a disabled woman and a survivor of gun violence, it took me 14 years to complete my undergraduate degree, but as 2021, it's done, which was great, yes. And I'm absolutely grateful for organizations like the Righ Center for supporting women when we need it most. What would we do without you? So in honor of that, I'm going to read a couple of poems. The first two are dedicated to people that have supported me in my journey. The first one is for my sister. It is called Drift. Sister, what is left of this in this place that we loved? Things change faster than you'll notice. Epochs of compressed dust speak the facts of decay. An early autumn moon ripens over the horizon's light, sun dragging the unwilling carcass of its shadow over the islands of its spine. Age has thinned our bodies into submission, forming knots within the safety of our own diminishing. The centering personalities of our childhood gone, the old gods lost to cloistered convents of Precambrian shield. We preside over the shoulders of a small waterfall shrugged up. In this, our second sorrow, the scrawl of fossils on flat river stones read runic. We lower ourselves, feet sinking into the mud of a river's bottom after such a sad, long time. I can't look at you, sister, face closed off to me. My body scrubs over the river's palette of blue, its bedrock pelvis heavy with leaf litter. The gut of its wanderings swells with arteries of fish. This next poem is for my partner, and it's called Who is Delighted by You? Like any woman on her day off from being essential during a pandemic, I lays in bed saying, oh, just a coffee would be nice. I just wanted a coffee for breakfast, but my partner fries an egg for me after he washes yesterday's dishes. Remember the scissor of a fruit fly's wings in my coffee, the great kindness of my spoon as it releases the tiny body in the first rise of light. Remember June's corridors of lilacs, the languid rotations of turkey vultures before they hive into a skeletal boathouse. The door recently painted loud and red. Unexpected and beautiful. Who do I delight like this? Sometimes I say my mother to be chosen for my intensity and not my durability. Sometimes I say Natalie, who sees me as I want to be seen, a 17th century letter, the folding so intricate to open is to destroy it. But mostly I say my partner, his quiet kindness and insistence that the language of our seasons cannot help but survive. I have one last tiny little poem called 2020. I love hiking, and my partner and I go a lot, and I wrote this during the pandemic, and it seemed appropriate. 2020. We started the new year by keeping our eyes open. I tape poems to entryways, the space above my bed, around the couch and dinner table, talismans against the kind of people we were afraid to become. The year miscarried its first few months, and then, throb of spring, butterflies land in the snouts of flowers. We hike Frontenac Provincial Park so long and hard, my toenail peels off at the end. Oh, there's a bug. Bugs huff at our necks, a frenzy of garter snakes mating in cool spaces between granite outcroppings. A group of tiger lilies at the trailhead. We prayed for stars to fall, and they've taken up in ditches. From the point of empty, and we begin to fill. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ashley Elizabeth, for sharing with us and giving us a taste of your wonderful creativity. Indeed, we have met so many outstanding and inspiring women tonight, and we have more outstanding women to whom we will introduce you in our next round of student awards. And the next award we are going to present this evening is the Mildred Blackadder and Zonta Club of Kingston Bursary, which was created to honor the volunteer work of Mildred Blackadder by the Zonta Club of Kingston, a local chapter that expands opportunities for women and girls as part of the Zonta's international education program and service projects. This prize is awarded annually to an Indigenous woman student, and this year's Mildred Blackadder and Zonta Club of Kingston Bursary is awarded to Desiree Moses. Congratulations, Desiree.
Hello, everyone. I'd just like to say how honored I am to be here tonight. I would like to express my gratitude to the Righ Center, and as well as Four Directions Indigenous Student Center. That's my son. And I would like to thank all those who have supported me and encouraged me while I go through my educational journey. Thank you.
And coming up next, we have the Carol Kinnear Bursary, which was established by Paul Kinnear, Commerce 63, in honor of his wife's graduation from the Faculty of Arts and Science in May of 1998. Awarded to honor Carol's persistence and dedication, this award goes to a woman who, after an interruption in her formal education, is beginning or returning to university studies. This year's recipient of the Carol Kinnear Bursary is Husna Ghanizada.
Good evening, everyone. It is an absolute honor to have been selected as the recipient of the 2023 Carol Kinnear Award. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the Kinnear family for establishing this award. I am grateful for the example set by Carol Kinnear, whose persistence has been an inspiration to women like me who have faced obstacles in pursuing their education. This award has a very special meaning to me because it recognizes my work in gender issues, which is a topic that I am incredibly passionate about. We live in a world where women have come a long way in terms of education, yet there are still cultural hurdles that exist and prevent women from reaching their educational goals. Like many other girls from Afghanistan, I too faced these barriers, which prevented me from pursuing my education after high school. After 5 very long gap years, I returned to university to continue my studies and am now a 4th-year health sciences student. My goal is to pursue a career in medicine to help advocate for women's health. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Banry Center and Lisa Webb for celebrating and empowering women. Through my roles in the Gender-Based Violence Awareness and Bystander Intervention Program, Queen's Shift Project, Lit and ACT certificate programs, I have had the privilege of working with some of the most inspiring individuals: Stephanie Simpson, Molly Raffin, Barb Lowton, Karina, and Taryn McKenna. Next, I would like to express my gratitude to my beautiful mother, who is here in the audience. Thank you for being a wonderful example of what a strong, resilient woman looks like. After fleeing from the war in Afghanistan, our financial situation was not the best. My mother used her very first income to buy me a school uniform so that I could go to school. So thank you for teaching me about the transformative power of education from a very young age. I hope that I have made you proud today. And to my 7 younger sisters, I would like to share that if I have learned anything throughout my time at the Queen's Shift Project, it's that creating sustainable change in culture could be incremental and quiet in its revolution, but it is not impossible. Thank you so much.
And congratulations to all of our winners so far. And we're so pleased now to present the next award, the Troop Ballantyne Award, created by Mary Ballantyne to honor her parents who placed a high value on women's education. It is intended for a woman in health sciences who demonstrates academic merit. And this year's Troop Ballantyne Award winner is Santina Brar, who will join us by video to accept her award. Congratulations, Santina.
Hello everyone, I am so sorry I was not able to make it this evening, but I wanted to give a big thank you to the Banry Foundation for always supporting their women students and the women in Kingston. Honestly, there were times when I didn't think I'd be able to make it through this program because of the disabilities I faced, but it was a strong women in my life, including my beautiful immigrant mother and all of the other women that I've met in my program and outside of my program that have been there to support me, putting me in a position where I am now able to actively fight for justice and equity in healthcare and fight colonialist practices. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and these funds are going to go a very long way. So I hope you have a great evening and good night.
And now we're pleased to present the Diane McKenzie Awards, established by Diane McKenzie, who received a Bachelor in Science in Nursing in 1964 and then an MPA in 1992, to honor Dr. Jean Hill, who was Dean of Nursing from 1968 to 77. This award celebrates 2 determined women in the School of Nursing. This year's award goes first to Elaine Turner.
Is it warm in here, or is it just me? First of all, I want to thank the staff and the board of the Banry Center for putting on this really special event, and so honored to receive this amazing, incredible award. It serves as such great encouragement for me to continue to pursue my studies. I feel really inspired by all the stories of the women here, honestly, and what you've overcome. It's such testaments of having taken pain, adversity, and challenges and turning that around and to effect positive change. It takes real strength, and I stand with you in the resilience. I would like to thank the members of my faculty. I think I saw Dr. Rosemary Wilson and Dr. Jennifer Perry here tonight. I feel so grateful. to be able to learn from you both. And also, I would not be here today without the amazing support of my family and friends, some of which who could be here tonight, my amazing grandparents, and my Aunt Diane, and my best friend, Susanna. Thank you. Thank you for your amazing love. You've been pillars of support. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Elaine. And we have a second Diane Mackenzie Award, which is presented to now Karim Lee.
Okay. All right. A little short. Okay, I think I'm good. All right. First of all, thank you very much to Ben Righ Foundation for making this happen. I couldn't have done it without you guys in terms of receiving this award and then extending that financial assistance, and it will go a long way. And I also want to thank my classmates as well as my instructors and then the professors that I have met over the last 2 years at Queen's. They've been absolutely wonderful, and it's been a huge honor and a privilege to learn from them and then alongside them. And then lastly, I also want to thank my coworkers, my colleagues, and then my family and friends for pushing me and motivating me to overcome my fears and then completing this master's. It will definitely go a long way. And then most importantly, I want to thank my husband, Christopher, and my daughter, Noelle, right here for inspiring me every single day, to push myself to do the best that I can be. Thank you.
Finally, this evening, we are thrilled to present the Janet Bilton Holst Citation, given in the spirit of Janet Bilton Holst to a woman who enriches the Ban Righ Center by her presence and contributes to the well-being of her fellow students. This year's Janet Bilton Holst Citation goes to Antara Arif.
So first, when I heard that I got this citation from Lisa, and I read the description about this award, I wrote a letter to Janet. I would like to read this to you. Dear Janet, I wish you were here in person so that I could listen to your piano or chat with you with the morning coffee in the kitchen, or during soup lunch at the lounge. Talk about different things, share about our life stories, our mutual affection for this beautiful place, Ban Righ Center. And above all, I could hold your hands and say, thank you. I'm sorry. My name is Antara. I'm a PhD student at the Department of Civil Engineering, a mom of a beautiful 4-year-old girl, or a princess. Originally from Bangladesh, I'm the first female member from both sides of the family to study engineering, so dream big. And also the first female member to continue the studies to the PhD level. When I was writing my research proposal with a 5-month-old in my lap, the only thing I knew was that I need to do this for her, to give her a life that I would want for myself. Sorry. And I came to Kingston that fall with the 11-month-old to start a completely new journey in a completely new town where I absolutely knew no one. But this place became my home, a place to feel safe, a place to discover myself, a place to redefine love and family. I will not talk about all the struggles I've been through as a student parent and how hard it has been with my health issues, but I must admit, I would not have been able to continue till now without the support of BRC. And amazingly, I found all the fellow students or alumni or volunteers I get to meet here as kind-hearted as everyone working for the BRC. I feel this place has its own charm. And so I will still say thank you, Janet, because you may not be here in person, but you are still here in our spirits. You live among us. You are a part of this beautiful friendship we nourish through BRC. I also thank the friends and family who established this award. It reminds us how precious we are as individuals and how we can help to create a compassionate environment for all of us. And last but not least, thank you, BRC, for choosing me this year as the recipient of the Janet Milton Ho Citation. It's a great honor for me. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow, what an amazing evening we've had so far. Can we give a round of applause to all of the winners tonight? Indeed, it has been an amazing evening, and congratulations once again to all of the inspiring women taking awards home with them this evening, and thank you to our musicians and poets for entertaining us through the evening thus far. We're so pleased. Oh, woo. We're so pleased now to introduce a musical performance by Danielle Hope Edwards, a graduating Queens Con Ed student from Prince Edward County, known for her motivational lyrics centered around empathy, awareness building, and hope, coupled with gorgeous music and vocals inspired by Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, and Ella Fitzgerald. Please welcome another inspiring woman to the stage, Danielle Hope Edwards.
Thank you so much. I'm very honored to be here and to be able to be a part of this event, and just congratulations to all of the recipients, and just to hear a bit of your stories. It's been wonderful. So I want to dedicate this performance to you and to all those that allowed this event to even happen and to be a part of it. The first song I'm going to sing is Rise Up by Andrew Day. Some of you might know it, some of you might not. And I think it really speaks to overcoming challenges and having that strength within you to continue to rise up again and again and again. So I hope the lyrics as I sing, they speak to you as well. When you're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out and move. Mountains, we're gonna walk it out and move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again, and in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. No, for you, for you, for you, for you. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring the world to its feet and move mountains. We'll bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Whoa, I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. And all we
In spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Thank you so much. The next song I'm going to sing is a song I wrote in 2020 called Love Stands. And I believe the lyrics speak for themselves, so feel free to listen to along.
There's so much brokenness in this world. Sometimes it just feels like a runner's world. Hopelessness abounds in the heart that's falling. Oh, and some are waiting to find their calling. And maybe the change is coming sooner than we thought. Or maybe the change was in us all along. Will you bear with and be a friend? You may not even understand, but where unconditional love begins, love stands before. Walk a mile in your neighbor's shoes. But share love, there's not much to lose. When we take a stand and choose love, stands after. And what about the marginalized? And what about the children? Do you see their eyes? Or their empty stomachs hurting? Do you sympathize? Or do you turn your eyes? And do you see a change is coming? But are we willing to step in unity and start consuming the evil in this world that makes us hopeless and hurt and pain? Will you bear with and be a friend? You may not even understand, but where unconditional love begins, love stands before. Walk a mile in your neighbor's shoes. Share love, there's not much to lose. When we take a stand and choose love, stands after. So some think that unity means we have to be the same. But unity is when we choose to walk in a shared lane and let love be thy name. Oh, let love be thy name indeed. Truth is, you may not even understand, but where unconditional love begins, love stands before. Walk a mile in your neighbor's shoes. Share love, there's not much to lose. When we take a stand and choose love, stands out there. Stands out And my last song for you this evening is a song called You Say by Lauren Daigle. And this is a song that personally spoke to me a lot, as confidence is sometimes a struggle, but knowing that sometimes the things we tell ourselves aren't true, and for me, like focusing on what God says about me. And so I hope the song encourages you and helps you to find that worth in knowing that you're priceless. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who
Wow, and the Juno Award for Artist of the Year goes to Danielle Hope Edwards, right? Woof, that was outstanding. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening to celebrate inspiring women at Queen's in our community. It's been my pleasure and honor to be with you this evening in celebration. I'd also like to just take a moment to acknowledge the fine, wonderful work of the back and front of house staff here at the Isabel Bader Center for the Performing Arts for their exceptional work this evening, including the lads back over there doing all the fine work with the lighting and the sound and the videography for the live stream and for our enjoyment. So before we end the evening, I'd like to introduce co-chair of the Righ Foundation Board of Directors, Özlem Atar, to say a few final words. Özlem is a PhD student in Cultural Studies and serves as a student representative at the Righ Foundation Board of Directors, or on the Righ Foundation Board of Directors. And she is actually working on her second doctorate, and she recently completed her first one in communication sciences at the University of Hacettepe in Turkey. So please welcome to the stage Özlem, and thank you very much, everyone.
Adjust the microphone once more. So thank you, Dinah. I'm very excited to be here, I must say. You are our #1 superhero event organizer tonight. And I'd like to invite Susan, our director, to present you your flowers to say thank you. Thanks again. So we appreciate your hard work in preparing this event. And then we have many other champions, of course. I'll start with the first group. So we, and when I say we, I'm speaking on behalf of many other women students at Queen's, are grateful to our donors. We sincerely appreciate your support, and can I get a round of applause for our donors? Thanks. And I'd like to congratulate our awardees, all of them. You've been very, very inspiring to me, and I'm sure to other women students here as well. Thank you. And I'm going to ask for another round of applause to the team at the Isabel here. Well, this event has been a success thanks to them, because they went out of their way to help us do this. And then, this is very important, you, friends of the Righ Foundation, those who are present and those who couldn't make it but who are either joining us remotely or will watch the video later. I'd like to say a heartfelt thank you in the name of our Board of Directors. Thank you for being with us tonight. And as you know by now, we will be celebrating our 50th anniversary next year, and we're very much looking forward to that. I'll say, well, I've been here only for 4 years. I've known the Righ for 4 years, but I know that the Righ Center has been assisting women identified students of all ages, those who are returning to university after a break, and I'm one of those, and the students with children for the last nearly 50 years. And this is the last applause, I guess, for wonderful women who have helped other women and also women who are students. To everyone. And good night and see you in the lobby. Okay.
Check, check. See you in the lobby, everyone.